In this lesson, I'd like to cover reliefs and corner treatments in SOLIDWORKS sheet metal parts. Let's open one of the parts from the Infinite Skills Working Files folder for Chapter 5. This one is called Reliefs and Corner Treatments. Let's first take a quick look at some of these techniques, and then we'll take a more detailed look at each one in particular. I'll take the model and roll it back. Click on the closed corner and click the rollback icon. So the first corner that we're going to look at is the closed corner. This is a typical corner created by edge flanges in SOLIDWORKS sheet metal. Notice the bend radiuses come together at a point, and after that point, all the material is missing. In reality, most real sheet metal parts have some metal in here where the metal is deformed by both bends. But that's too complex for SOLIDWORKS software. SOLIDWORKS is only really going to work where there's a single bend over the material, not where two bends collide. So, to make up for that, SOLIDWORKS introduces the closed corner feature, and this may or may not accurately represent the geometry of your finished parts. Let's take a look how it works in detail. If we edit the closed corner, we can see that SOLIDWORKS is extending one face over the other, or you can change the order of those faces as well, or you can just make the corner a little bit tighter rather than actually close it off by one side. You can control the gap in here as well, and leave the bend region open or closed. Let's see what it does with an open bend region, and compare that to the open bend region being toggled off. This is where SOLIDWORKS adds the somewhat curved pieces that are in here. So the closed corner gives you some options, even though it may not exactly represent finished geometry of an actual sheet metal part. Let's take another step down and look at the break corner. Break corner is really just an option to add a chamfer on the corner of an existing flange. So if we edit this, you can use a chamfer or a fillet. You can set the size. And what I like most about this tool is that it makes it very easy to select the appropriate edges. See how it's highlighting the very short edge and how it only picks that up. It doesn't pick up any of the other edges. So SOLIDWORKS knows what you're looking for with the break corner tool and will only allow you to select appropriate entities. The welded corner, we can see where that has been put together up here, prevents you from adding additional sheet metal features to a part. You can see that when I roll back the welded corner, sheet metal tools become available, and when it's unrolled, sheet metal tools become unavailable. That's because at this point, once the additional material has been added and these two panels have been joined together, the part no longer meets SOLIDWORKS criteria for a sheet metal part, meaning that it's something that you could flatten. In order to flatten this, you would have to rip out the welded material. Let's see how this works. And in fact, let's go back and get rid of the corner break here because the welded corner has just gotten rid of it altogether automatically. So let's deselect that edge. And now let's edit the welded corner, see how it's done. The first thing it's looking for is a side face of the corner to be welded. And the second thing it's looking for is a stopping point. If you don't select the stopping point, SOLIDWORKS will just weld the entire corner, which is why it filled in the chamfered corner. You can change the size of the welded corner as long as it's smaller than the actual gap. And if we clear the selections here and go back through the exercise of creating it, all it takes is to select one of the thickness faces, and SOLIDWORKS does the rest. If we were to make this fillet too large, let's say 0.08, then the preview fails. Let's make it 0.05, and that will fit. The final type of corner treatment is actually done in the flat pattern. So if I unroll the rest of the tree and flatten the part, to do this, SOLIDWORKS has to suppress the welded corner. The corner trim feature has added a treatment into the corners where the flanges come together. If we roll back just this one feature, we can add this in ourselves. Let's look at what these corners look like by default. The corner treatment is available in the corners dropdown, and you can get the corner trim tool. You can ask SOLIDWORKS to collect all corners, or you can just select the ones where you want to apply some sort of a corner treatment. The relief in this case is a circular relief, but you can also get a square relief and a bend waist. The bend waist is what the part will look like to best close up this corner. And this is not a treatment that exists on the 3D sheet metal part. It only exists on the 2D drawing, which is why you see it in the flat pattern. And speaking of the flat pattern, if you want to get a flat pattern out of a SOLIDWORKS sheet metal part, you can right-click on the flat pattern in the Feature Manager and export to DXF/DWG. DXF and DWG are AutoCAD type formats that just about any 2D CAD program can read. And if you're working with a sheet metal shop that requires you to provide them with a flat pattern drawing, then this is a great option. DXF and DWG can also be put onto a SOLIDWORKS drawing. The outline shown around the part is the smallest size blank that SOLIDWORKS can calculate for the given sheet metal part. SOLIDWORKS does not do nesting to try to improve material efficiency from a large sheet. You will have to get your own software to perform that function independently.